Dear Minister of Foreign Affairs, Paulo Rangel, dear Mayor of Cascais, Carlos Carreiras, our good friend and strong supporter, Carlos Carreiras, dear Mr. José Manuel Durão Barroso, the Chairman of the Board of Directors of Gavi and the President of the Diaspora Council Board, dear President of the Board of the Portuguese Diaspora Council, António Calçada de Sá, dear Ambassadors of Mexico, of Ukraine, dear Ambassador of Portugal to Brazil, dear former Ambassador of the EU to the UN, US and UK, dear guests, dear friends, good morning. I'm very happy to extend a warm welcome to Nova SBE, to our wonderful campus here in Carcavelos, here in Cascais, and to the inaugural edition of the EuroAmericas Forum, which is being held for the first time here in our school, and we are very honored for this possibility. We are very proud, so thank you so much to the Portuguese Diaspora Council for choosing Nova SBE. America is very important for us. Let me briefly tell you a little bit about our school. Of course, we are an European school. We are a quite international school, but you will see that the US, Canada, Brazil, the rest of the South and North American countries are super important for a school like ours, and we see ourselves as a bridge to the Americas. So we are a quite international school. Briefly speaking, we have about 55% of international students across the different programs. When it comes to the master program, this goes up to 72%. Students from 92 countries actually study on this campus, with a majority of European, with still not yet many students from the Americas. We have about 150 students from the Americas. And that's not a lot if, for instance, we compare this number with the number of Italians or Germans that we have. I mentioned 150 students from the Americas. We have about 1,441 German students on campus, 10 times more. We have 500 Italians. We have many French, students from Belgium, from Scandinavia, etc. So a quite international school that is now trying to attract actually students from outside the EU. Briefly speaking, the reason why we are actually able to attract so many students, it's because our programs are doing quite well. Let me briefly tell you that, for instance, our Master in Management is now number 8 in the world, according to Financial Times. Our Master in Finance is number 7 in the world, according to Financial Times. We have a small concentration in Hospitality and Tourism that is actually number 6 in the world as well. Our executive education, and we do a lot of executive education in Brazil, for instance, also in the US, is now number 13 in the world. Our MBA is 25, its top 25 is actually 24 in Europe. So our programs are quite international and are doing extremely well. I think I can say that. Where we are now putting a lot of effort is in actually making sure that we establish a global thought leadership. We want our professors, our knowledge, the knowledge that is being produced here to be known worldwide. So let me tell you some of the things that we are doing, because actually most of those things are being done with strong partnerships with the schools in the Americas. Let me start with a program that we just recently launched. We launched a new Master in Management of Technology, and this is actually a dual degree with NYU, where students will start here, they will then move to New York, they will graduate in New York, and those that actually graduate while they are at NYU, they will have access to the US job market. So this is something that is being launched now. We are also in the process of launching actually 4 new institutes that work in areas that are super important for us. Many of them actually cross the areas that are the topics for this conference. The themes for the conference are geopolitics, energy, health, agribusiness, investment, culture, urban development. So let me briefly tell you that we have been actually in the process of launching several institutes. Let me start with one that was just announced a month ago during the Studial conferences, which is the new D-Cube Institute at Nova. What's that? D-Cube, or D3, stands for Digital Data Design. You may have heard of this name because there's actually an institute with the same name at Harvard, which is the D-Cube at Harvard. And what we are doing here is actually a sister institute, which is an affiliate institute of the institute at Harvard. So for the first time, actually now, Harvard has an affiliate institute outside of Cambridge, which is here in Carcavelos. So this is a strong partnership with Harvard. A second one that we announced in September is the new Institute in Public Policy. Actually, we had José Manuel Durão Barroso for the opening. He was the keynote speaker. This is, among others, a strong partnership with the Kennedy School at Harvard as well. But also, we are exploring several partnerships with schools in Brazil in the context of our Institute of Public Policy. A third one that we haven't announced, but we will soon, is a new institute on sustainability. So this institute, for instance, will have a strong partnership with another top US school, which is Stanford. Stanford has just recently opened, well, 2 years ago, they opened a new school. And this is a big deal because, in fact, for 75 years, Stanford did not open any school, and after 75 years, they opened a new school of sustainability. So we are now working with them on our new Institute of Sustainability, and our final institute is actually on topics of longevity. And this is a partnership with our medical school. You probably know that the medical school, the Nova Medical School, is actually building a new campus, not very far from where you are, on the other side of the beach. Our mayor likes to say that in the future, this will be the only university beach on Earth, with 2 good schools on each side of the beach. So, you know, for that reason, we are strongly collaborating with the medical school. In this case, it's going to be on topics of aging, longevity, and this also includes a number of partnerships. Let me mention that, for instance, Sir Richard Roberts from the New England Biolabs, and is well known because he's a Nobel laureate in medicine, is going to be a board member of the new institute. Not far from where we are now, we will also be giving an honorary degree to Bob Langer. Bob Langer is the founder of Moderna, is a professor from MIT that is going to collaborate also in the context of this institute. He's in our board, is the person on earth with more patents. He's amazing as a scientist. We are strongly collaborating with him. So this is to say that, obviously, well, for a business school like ours, the Americas in general, North America in particular, is super, super important. So far, I've been mostly talking about North America, the US in particular, but, you know, Brazil, for obvious reasons, is super important for us. We have strong partnerships with schools from Fundação Getúlio Vargas, INSPER, Fundação Dom Cabral, Einstein in São Paulo, the hospital that also now offers management degrees. So I could go on. You see, even if we still don't have a lot of students from the Americas, we have 150, which is already a sizable number, it's also where we see now the biggest growth in terms of partnerships, as well as in terms of candidates to our programs. So that's why hosting this conference is so important for us. And of course, we feel that we can contribute a lot, but we are super honored and grateful that the Portuguese Diaspora Council actually decided to come to Nova, come to Carcavelos, come to Cascais. Please keep coming. We are very happy to host this initial conference, this inaugural conference. We hope to work with you for many, many years. We know that we can contribute a lot. So again, a warm welcome to all of you, to Cascais, to Nova. Please take the most of the next few days. Look forward to seeing you around and exploring collaborations with all of you. Thank you so much.